project, yeah. We're making a cabinet, if you didn't know, out of old pallets. It's a bathroom cabinet with a mirrored door. Let's turn you around a little bit. Bring you over here a little bit, that's a bit better. I've got the mirror, which I've already put a back and board on. And that was an existing mirror that used to be on our wall. Oh, crikey. Oh, ain't you handsome? I can't deluded. Anyway, so that was on the wall above the basin in the shower room. And so we decided to make a cabinet. Let me just turn the audio off that. So we're going to make a cabinet using pallet wood because I got it. Right? So it's for free. I haven't bought anything. No. Not even the glue, because that's been donated to me by Eureka Glues. So that's quite helpful. Now, the thing about this project, yesterday we glued it all up, and I just noticed that because the temperature's dropped, although it's sunny outside, it's really chilly in here. The actual glue itself hasn't quite gone off fully. It's still a little bit on the soft side still. And I'm not that worried though. That'll be fine. I'm sure that'll be fine. So we're going to unclamp anyway. Because we used dominoes, using a domino dowling machine to do the joints, because I got one of these. All right, you don't have to use. You could just use dowels and dowel pins if you want to do the corners of the door. Plenty strong enough. Or if you want to get clever, you can do mortars and tenons. You know, or even half lamps. Whatever suits you. That's the kind of finish I'm after. Now this one was done using just the white paint, and I've sanded it back once it's dried. It's drying really quickly out there actually, because even though it's cold in here, because it's a big stone building, you see, it's chilly in here. Yeah, it's warm outside at the moment, so we'll paint them up as well and just get everything ready. So I'll unclamp all these. I'll sand these up and give these a coat of paint while we're at it. But let's get all these clamps out of my way, because I don't really need them now. Get off, get off, off. Let's check the sound. I hope I've got audio. I haven't checked yet. Yep, I've got audio. Oh, that's a good sign. I like it when I got sound. Sound before, you know. Yes. Believe me. Well, the missus is back on Thursday. I'm on my own at the moment. You know when the cat's away, the mice will play. And that's what I'm doing. I'm playing. Well, sort of. Hopefully she'll be happy with it, even though it's made out of pallets. And considering I normally make stuff out of oak and chestnut and hardwoods generally, I appreciate that not everyone's got access to those sort of woods, but you might have access to pallets. And quite frankly, you get them free. You do have to spend a bit of time cleaning them up and what have you, but it doesn't really make any difference, you know. It doesn't matter. Depends what look you're after, don't it, you know? If it suits what you're after, if it suits your project, why the hell not? Wood is wood. It's better than chipboard. An MDF. It's got to be better than that, isn't it? You know, in a day, wood will last. How many people got kitchen units, for instance, and they've been swelling up on the shelves on the corners and stuff where you've been wiping them out and cleaning your units, and over a period of time they all end swelling up and looking awful. But they're rubbish. My kitchen, I made it out of all pine plank and even the carcasses. Because I can, obviously. Plus I had a huge amount of offcuts for making shutters for people's. So it's literally made out of offcuts. All my worktops are teak, but they are actually, I keep saying literally, are actually worktop from science labs. So they're the old teak tops that used to be, and Iroko tops from old science labs, and that's what my kitchen is. So, you know, my backsplashes to all my worktops, they're literally little tiny pieces of wood all glued together. It looks really cool, you know, bits of purple hard, teak, oak, chestnut, all sorts of hardwoods. It looks really good. So, yeah, all these different colours. So, don't think it takes a long time. Yeah, it did take a long time. Right. So, I suppose I've got a choice here. I can get this sanded up, which I think is really what we're going to be doing next. And then we've got to put the rebate in the door. Let's just make sure that is true. That's pretty darn good. Okay, I'm happy with that. Then we'll put the rebate in the door. What's sitting on there? There's a lump here. That's right there. That's good. Yeah, that's right. Might be a tiny little twist in it. Hardly anything to worry about. So, some sanding to be done. Then I need to put the rebate in around to accept, because it's the back of the door, to accept the mirror. I'm not going to install the mirror because I want to paint it all up, you see. So I'm just going to make sure I get the mirror in, all right? And then I can then paint it up and then sand it back again and paint it up. You know, do what we're going to do regarding the finish. That's the idea. And eventually we'll put a coat of lacquer on it as well. Clear, you know, just clear acrylic lacquer. Now, you could use oil-based lacquers and stuff like that, but then the problem is they're yellow. And if bins were put in white, that look terrible. It will look awful. Tell you what, let's go for a coarse grit first. I've got all these as well, look. I might get lazy in a minute and get the old angle grinder with a sanding disc on. It'll be done slightly quicker. And the air sander. Long draw. There's another 120. And what a coarse one. What's these? These are coarse, aren't they? Yeah. No, that's 60. That'll do. Oh, get the arms all covered in dust. Now this little air sander is by a company called Autobest. It's just a cheapy one, about €30. It's very cheap. Not as good as my Vaughan one over here. This one's way better. The only thing is I've run that. Oh, actually, that's got a coarse in it. That might be better. It has more power in it, even though it's got a bigger disc. Like I say, the other option is to use the angle grinder with a sanding disc in it, which is faster. That it is. Who we got here at the moment? Hello, Derek Wright. Pallet projects are great fun. I've been making mini planters. Well, why the hell not? You know, if you've got a source of pallets that are, you know, well then it makes perfect sense to, well, give it a go. Yeah, just give it a go and make all sorts of stuff, can't you? You know, you make pretty cool. I've seen some pretty cool like flags and stuff made out of them, you know, just like a picture, but it's all like pallet wood, and then you just dye the appropriate pieces in it and put it together. I don't know if it'd be very easy with a Union Jack, mind, but it's yeah, they do look pretty good. Also things like beer things, you know, a bit of bottle openers like that one. You know, you've got to have a beer bottle opener, haven't you? Right? But done with yeah, rough sawn pallet wood, using like distressed paintwork as a finish. Ooh, that disc is knackered. I could do another pad actually. The only thing with these things when you use angle grinders is that one thing you get a cloud of dust, so I'm going to turn the fans on in a minute. The other thing is they wear the outside edge of the disc. It's the first thing to go. And then you just, well, these discs here, they're $4.99 with 5 discs. They're cheap as chips. It's only a budget one out of Bric a Marché here in France. So you know, you'll be careful though, because some exactly the same things are sold under brand names, and they cost a flipping fortune. It's ridiculous. The same one. It's identical. Even the printing on here is all the same. Now, I should really wear a mask for this bit, which could be a pain because I need to speak as well. Well, I've got the fan on. I'm going to put the dust extraction on as well, just to help. Got 2 filters up here. Oh my God, the filter, hang off a bit there. Put that back up. A drink of a lemon. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I know where the dust mask will change. I really need to find, or try and get a dust mask that works with a flipping bed. Now my bed's not very long at the moment because I trimmed the load off. Split ends and all that. Not really. And also, we need a dust mask that don't belong, that your glasses don't steam up. It'd be really helpful. Plug it in help, wouldn't it? Who does that, eh? Who forgets to plug their machines in? Oh, there we go. Definitely faster, but everything will be covered in dust. Now I've got a little old like vent window up there, over there, and I've got a 400mm. I think it's about a 400mm fan in there, you know, caged fan, and that pulls most of the dust out. But this definitely is faster. So if you are going to do it, it's best to do it outside, really. We could have done that, really. The thing is, my bench out there is absolutely covered in crap. That'd be a good job to get done, wouldn't it, really? Tied it up so I can use it. Now, I'm not trying to make it smooth. Make tactile, yeah, but I want to keep some of the grain, if you know what I mean. Now you've got these little dents here, right? I'll show you a trick. If I can find my iron, let the air clear, and I'll take the mask off. I want to show you something. It's a trick. It's a magic trick, if I can find my iron. Where's my iron gone? Who stole my iron? Was it you? That was, wasn't it? No, not there, not there, not there. Oh, crikey, where's it gone? I'm looking in my cabinets. I might have to nick the missus' iron. I might have to steal the wife's iron. Don't tell her, will you? Please don't tell her. No, not in there. Not in there. But the hairdryer. What have I got a hairdryer? Right, right, I'll be back in a sec. I'm just going to get an iron, as in an iron. I found one. What have I done with my iron? Right. Where's my iron gone? Oh well, never mind. Stole the wife's. Oh, Debbie. So I got an iron. If only had an iron, there's an iron. Right. Let's get the airline and blow that off. See, everything gets covered in dust. Now, I've created these little dents here with the clamp, because I didn't put open blocks underneath the foot of the clamps, the ones that hold it down to the sash clamp, which is a very silly thing to do. I could have saved this job. Right, so what we're going to do is get a rag, once the iron's heated up, that is, get a rag for any old rag. There's one, that'll do. Or that will do. I'll find a better one than that. That'll do it. Or, and that's better. Tea towel, even better. Right. We're going to use a tea towel, or chef's cloth like that one, and some water. We're going to put some drops of water on the top. Is the iron hot yet? It's heating up. Need to fill that up again. Just run out of water. Drop water on there. We'll put a drop on there. And a drop on there. That was probably virtually non-existent, but I'll do it anyway. And what we're going to do is place the tea towel over the top of the dent. So even though I shouldn't have really allowed that to happen in the first place, it's a good way to show you how you can get rid of your dents in your wood. It works on hardwoods as well. Is that hot yet? Oh, I think it is. Yeah, you just leave it on there for a bit. Oh yeah, just got to do the ironing, you know. I made a video on my other channel earlier. I forgot to iron my shirt. It was terrible. Where's my glasses? I'll get this off now. Good, good, good. That dust was getting unbearable. Right, so let's have a look. It's gone. The dent has actually gone. It's lifted the dent up. The steam has got into the fibres, expanded in the fibres, and do it a little bit more, and pushed the dent back out again. Because the fibres are still there. They've just been crushed together. So by by steaming them, they expand, then disappear. So do the same on this one. This was quite a deep one there. Works on most woods. Obviously, hardwood's a little bit harder. Excuse the pun. Than softwoods, but that still works. Windy today, you know. Windy. Oh, they didn't expect me to do some ironing, did you? Yeah, there you go. Doing a bit of ironing. So hopefully that's lifted that one out. Yeah, it's disappeared completely. Let's do that one. They're handy little tricks to know, because if you make a mistake like I did, well then you can get over it, can't you? You know? Or if you have a bit of damaged furniture in the house, you can do it for that. You've got a damaged top, maybe the kids come in with a hammer and bash your tabletop. I don't know why they do that, but anyway. Just in case, you could do the same thing. Obviously, if it's got a lacquer on it of some description, you're going to have to remove it first, which probably means you have to revarnish the whole top. Or whatever things you got on there. Because obviously the steam's not necessarily going to go past the... is that there? A little bit more, a little bit more. That one was a bit worse than the other one, actually. It works. I love it when the plan comes together. Right, there we go. Yep, that's done it. A little bit more. Right. People just clicked onto the channel and think, what the hell is he doing? What is he ironing it for? I'm getting rid of dents. Because like an idiot, I didn't put no protection under the shoes or the clamps. So you put a bit of water on your dent, put a cloth over it, steal your better half's iron, and iron it away. Yeah, I'm not squeezing it down, I'm lifting it up. So it's like the opposite you do with an iron. Yeah, I'm making the wrinkled raise instead of the wrinkled sink. If that makes any sense. Probably not. That should be about right. Perfect. Okay, turn it off now. So that's one way you can get rid of your wrinkles, right? Test it on the grandpa first and see if it works on him. Right. Get rid of cloth. You could have sanded them out, but then you'd end up with dents, wouldn't you? You know, or they'd be really thin in those areas, but they're gone now. So look, see? The stain is still there, but that doesn't matter, but the actual dent is gone. Same on that one, stain's still there, but the dent is gone. And on that one, dent is gone. And that one's pretty much disappeared completely. So, I suppose the next sensible thing to do would be to set the rotor up. I'll get a couple of rubber mats as well, so it'll slide about. And we're going to router the back. Right, to make allowance for the mirror. So let's grab a router. I'm going to use my Makita. Oh, there it is. I'll just shake out the... I always shake my cables out. Right, otherwise you put like a memory into the cable. I'll tell you the worst cables for that is actually the iron cable. You know the cloth-covered cables? So many times I've seen it on other people's and on their wife's old irons, where the wires are twisted inside and almost cut like a little knuckle on it and pushed through the side of the actual insulation itself. They're terrible for that. So let's just put that on there. Let's use that one again. Oh, before I plug it in, I've got to put the bit in first, haven't I? Which we're using this bit, which is a 10mm rebate bit. And I could have done by hand, but then if I did by hand, I could have done before actually putting the frame together. And then I'd have had the rebates showing at the ends here. Sorry, at the ends there. I don't want that, so I'm doing it with that as an afterthought. And then we'll chop out the corners. That's the plan. So especially going to be run around there like so. That should be about right. There might be a bit of tweaking to do. And then after I'll make a trim up, like another frame that'll sit on probably a moulded frame that'll sit on top of it. Now I could have put a channel in this frame section before put it together and put the mirror in there, but that means I'd have to work with the mirror in, which I didn't want to do. And also this wood's a bit thin, so it's only 18mm thick. And time we've got the 8mm for you've lost. Well, you only have 3mm either side, wouldn't you? Start to be weak. Another thing that just wouldn't look very nice. And because I'm working with what we've got, we're working with pallet wood, and that's the thickness it is. So, right, got a really cool collar on this. One of the best things I bought. You just need to tie it up with the Allen key. Yeah. A lot easier than messing about with 2 spanners or using the lock. Works really well. So I need to set the depth, right? No, there's the handle. I want that at 8mm. I'm going to double check the thickness of the mirror using some verniers. Do it whatever way you want. And okay, it is actually 7mm thick. So if I allow 8mm, that'll give me a little bit of clearance. And I don't want the mirror to be tight, you see, because I don't want it to be, I don't want the frame, whatever happens to the frame, to put any influence on the mirror. Oh, my little Wally dog's come to see me. Hello, my little fella. Probably because he wants treats. You know what he's like. I'll show you my little Wally dog. He's down there. Look at him. He's my workshop dog, ain't you, boy? Did you want a treat? Oh, yeah. He's a good boy, he is. Let's turn these fans off now because they're a bit noisy. Hello, Mad Monk. I hope you're well, my friend. We've got Jeff Drew. Hello, mate. You've covered the camera in dust. I have. There you go. Is that better? Pallet projects are great fun. Any old line, any old line, any old line. Can't remember the rest of the world's bit, but anyway, that'll do. 8mm. Now, you could use a rule. You could use a digital tool over there. I might use that actually, because I've got it. Show you. Any excuse to show off my tools. Right. A digital cutter measure, or digital, whatever you like to call it. It's digital anyway. There it is. Right. So I'm going to use that. It's a bit big, really, for the job at hand. I'll just zero that in on anywhere. Don't have to be on there. Be anywhere. Let's turn it on first. 0, 0, 0. There we are. Turn it on. Like I said, I don't have to be on the side there because we're on any flat surface. So that's on 0 at the moment. So what I'll do is now I'll just adjust that to 8mm. Oh, down you go. Oh, too much. Went too far. As long as the near is down, that'll do. That'll do. 8.01. I think that's near enough. 1/10 of a millimetre. Right. Now I'm going to set the height of that bit to that. So this is easy said and done. Right there. Right. So I'm going to push that there, and then luckily this has got like 2 gauges on this. I mean 2 stops, height stop and depth stop. So it's going to be easier to adjust. So all I've got to do is loosen that one off, tighten that one up. I'll use both those stops, especially when I'm doing things like rebates and stuff, because if there is any, if the catch comes off, you know, the lock comes off, all right? It's not also going to ping and then you end up having the bit damaging your work. It's not going to happen. So moving that up. Oh. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. What an idiot. Right. Oh, a bit. Right. That's pretty much spot on. Right. Bring it on down. Tighten that up. Tighten that up. Tighten that up. And check it again. I think I'm happy with that. Just put that over there. Let's grab a couple of rubber mats. I think I'm due for a big clear up in this place. Do that every so often. It's all getting a bit of a mess again. When I do my little short videos, you see, because you pull out so many flipping different things, you end up, just stuff scattered everywhere. Just for like a video for under a minute. I try not to edit my videos because I put so many up. It's just, it's just no time to do that. So I try not to. Try and get them in one take. It's the thing about live. You see, when you do live videos, there's no getting away from anything, is there? If I cock up, you see it. That makes it more fun. If I lose a finger, you'll see it. Yeah, are you excited? Okay, what have we got here? I covered the camera in dust, that I did. That's dusty. Do you need some air defenders too? Well, yeah, I should. I've got some down here, actually. I should have put them on. And actually, speaking of the devil, I'll put them on there with that. You see people with air defenders, they've got like the built-in MP3 players and stuff like that, or Provision 4, or Bluetooth ones. Air defenders, not headphones. Headphones aren't air defenders. But these are PALLET saws. What I did is I wired them up with some speakers, headphone speakers, from a dodgy set of headphones that I had that broken. And then I've got a little MP3 player on it. It works! So yeah, I'll be sensible now. I don't need a dust mask for this job, I don't think, really. Do I? Oh. Should I be a good boy? I think I ought to be. Got a lot of good with a flipping beard, though. That's why I'm not wearing that thing. I wanted to say it would make it more dangerous. Right, so let's make sure we've got a free cable and not tucked up around the handle of the actual. Right, everything's there. Handle the voice. I'll get my worms out in a minute. There you go. What are we doing there? Right, I think we're good. A bit of wax on the bottom. Do it in a couple of passes probably, and then we'll clean out the corners. A bit of oil on that. I've ordered a load of ball racers for my router bits. So I keep stealing ball racers from different router bits. My little tiny roundover bit I use a lot, chamfer bit I use a lot, and the ball race ones. And also this one, so I keep nicking them. So I've got loads of router bits with no ball races on. So they do fail. Right, there we go. Is there a touch at the bottom? Nope, that's good. Right, there we go. What's happened? Oh, we're plugged it in, have I? Done it again? Oh, blimey, what is he like? Supposed to be a professional? Half there. Unfortunately, the cheese holding the bearing on is poking a little bit low, so I need to move these rubbers. You've got to move your rubber, because it's actually touching. I'll tell you what I could do with doing actually is get another one of these mats, placing these two mats, yeah, but then cut them all up into squares or something. Do you know what I mean? So I've got like little squares to put on the corners. That's probably enough to hold it, and then there won't be stuff to stick out so far. that starting to happen. That, I'm going to have to glue that one bit back on there. Because you have to go from right to left, going against the grain at this point, and there's not a lot I can do about that, so I'm just going to have to make that good. How's it feeling anyway, apart from that one's a bit shitty. Okay, it feels right. So what I'm going to do here, where it tacked it too much, because the grain's going that way, and the pallet would be a little bit brittle in this case, I'm going to glue that back down again. It's called grabbed it. But wouldn't you matter if I went from the other way, because the right bit's still going in the same direction? I don't think, I suppose I could have done much smaller passes. That might have solved it. Let's get some super glue on that quickly before it gets worse. Oh, take them off. I feel like I was in an echo chamber. Right. Oh, it's coming out. Just. Super glue is so handy. Yeah, cyanoacrylate or CA glue, whatever you like to call it. Very useful stuff. This one's by Eureka Glues again. In this case, Cascamite or Cascamate. It's the same difference. Same company. Or it's one of their brands now. Cascamite itself is now owned by Eureka Glues, thankfully. Right, where is some tape? Wrong drawer. So I'll just whack some tape on that and I'll give it a spray. There we go. Try not to stick to my fingers. Ah, it just did. Ow. There you go, that's probably enough. I'll leave that bit of tape on there for now. Look, it's going to be painted. So, it's not no biggie. I had the thing on the end there, what have I done with it? Oh, there it is. So annoying. To block the hole up. There you go. That's in. This one is a Cascamate. This is literally by Eureka Glues. And it's quick stuff. But it's even quicker with the activator. And then it goes off in seconds. Literally seconds. It's only 30 seconds grab time anyway, that stuff. So, how's it doing? Oh, that's all right. That's good. That's okay. A little chip there. It's spitting a bit. I'll get away with that. I'll stick a bit of filler or something in that. I won't worry about that until I get to the painting stage. Right, the thing I'll worry about now, I suppose, let's get that rubber mat out of there. Right, I'm going to have to chop the corners out. I could. Oh, is it big enough to get away with that? I don't know if it is actually. I've got a Trend corner chisel, but I don't think it's big enough. No, it's not. Quite a clever thing though. The idea of doing hinges and stuff, if you've got a rounded hinge and you've got square corners, you literally just line it into the corner, you tap your little chisel here, and it'll literally pop out of there, like so, and chop your corners out. It's really good. This was by Trend. There are some copies out there. Whether they're better, whether the Trend is better or not, I don't know. Probably. All right, let's find a chisel. Pretty sharp. Is that a nice sharp chisel? That feels pretty darn sharp. No, I know I'm using the 4 hammer. That's because my small mallet is in the other workshop. You could get away with doing it by hand, but I don't use my hands anymore to tap my chisels. I used to, and now I regret it because I've got carpal tunnel. Oh, I've had the operation anyway for carpal tunnel syndrome. So, if I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have done that with my chisels or palmed my chisels back then. I just wouldn't have done it. If you damage all the palms of your hands, that's where your carpal tunnel is. You get scar tissue in there, and then there's not enough room for the nerves and the tendons together. And what happens is the tendons swell at night to heal, like most of your body does, and then it puts pressure on the nerves, and then your hands go like they're all pins and needly like. And the only way you can get rid of it, because it'll wake you up, it does, is actually dangle your arms outside the bed. And I've had the operation on both hands for it. When they test you for it, because I can actually tell whether or not it is carpal tunnel syndrome or if it's nerve damage, is they do this like electric shock test. They put these probes in your skin, like little needles in you, and they put little electrical shocks through you. You go like that. My French friend was, she took me, and oh, she was in hysterics. She thought it was really funny. So, I've been shocked. Okay, there's a knot there. I don't want to knock the knot out if I can help it. If my measurements are right, it should drop straight in. But I'd rather remove a little bit of material than actually have to add material, but we'll see. They won't matter anyway because it'll be trimmed, don't it? I'm going to trim the inside, so it won't really matter that much. This is when I see too many people, they try to take too much material in one go with the chisel. There's no need. The more you take in one go, and if there is any influence from the grain, the chisel will follow the grain, more likely to, instead of actually being influenced by you, instead of the actual grain. It's not a huge problem with pine, to be fair, but when you get this pine, it's quite brittle, this piece is. For a start, it's been outside in the sun, and also it's obviously dry in the first place because it's an old pallet. Right, hang on, what am I doing? Going too far. On. These 4 hammers are actually quite good for chisel work. They're about 30 quid. And they've got replaceable heads. And I use it a lot, this 4 hammer. And I originally bought it to do fascia boards. You have plastic fascias, where you've got the poly top nails. You've got to use a metal hammer on them. They just end up all look dirty. And with these, you can replace the heads. So they've got replacement heads. And the other one's a rubber one. So they're good. They're good. They're also good for adjusting your wooden planes. Ideal for that. Right. Now, moment of truth. I'll take that tape off now. That's definitely gone off now. Will the mirror fit? Or have I cocked up? Quite possibly. Won't be the first time. Right. Well, it's going that way, all right. So the width is good. How's the length? See, the length is a little on the long side. The width is very good, actually, it's about right. If you don't want it tight, you don't want it obviously slack. Now, I'm going to look at that end. I'm looking at just parallel there, and it's usually parallel there, but it's not there. I need to the backing board is slightly bigger than the mirror. You see, it overhangs just a fraction, because I didn't want the edges of the frame touching the glass. That would be a really bad idea. So I'm just going to put a bit of overhang there. A little record block plane. Let's make sure that fits nicely, that end first. Yeah, that's all right. And now I can now tweak the opposite end. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Like I say, I don't want it tight. It doesn't be tight. Tiny bit there. More that end than this end. Okay. How's that now? Look at that. Perfect. Good. How much gap have I got around that? A couple of millimetre. That's enough. So that won't be glued in. Okay. I can glue the backing board. That's not a problem. Backing board can be glued in. But I don't want to be like put on mastic or anything silly like that. Hopefully, there's cover on the actual mirror, on the other face before I get carried away. Oh, and there is. It's covered all the way around the mirror, so that's good. So I'm happy with that. So I can get this mirror put out of the way before I break it. All right, now there's a bit of TLC to be done. I've got to do all the other boards. Let's put this over here. It's not going to fall on there, is it? I'll tell you what. I've got a black board here I can put on top of it. That'll protect it. Just in case a tool falls off my rack or something and ends up smashing it. Hello, SC. Hello, John Doe. Love your channel, and I've definitely made sure to give a like and subscribe. Yeah, nice one. Thank you very much. It definitely helps. Obviously, I would like to get the channel sort of like a little bit, you know, a bit more. I want the algorithm to say, hello, it's you again. I'll show people your videos. That's what we do. I don't know if the algorithm speaks like that, but. Right, so far, so good. Let's get rid of some of this dusty shit. Wait for me. Right, so that requires a bit more, obviously quite a bit more sanding. I need to put a little bit of filler in this edge here. So I could just do that. I could actually do that with super glue. Actually, if I get a bit of dust and super glue, that'll go off really quickly. Could do that. There's a bit of chipping on that corner, which I don't want. But I don't know. Let's put that one side for the moment and release the other boards. Because now I've got the size of that door, I can now work out the size of the actual carcass. There's no back going in the carcass. It's literally going to be a top, bottom, side, shelf, and then 2 hangers either side, and maybe a central, like a mullion down the middle as well. Possibly. I don't really know yet. I'm winging it. I'm just doing it. There's no plan. It's just in my head. Might be a mistake. Crikey, if you knew what was inside my head, blimey. Yeah, you'd say it definitely is a mistake. You'd say, definitely. I have bizarre thoughts, I do. Bizarre. Funny ideas. That's what I used to say, anyway. Right. That's that one. So that is going to be the bottom board, because it's I've done it with the arrows top and on both sides, you see. So you'll be able to see it from underneath. Even though the cabinet's going to be that sort of height, you're not really going to be doing that anyway, but you know. Another end over here. That's an end. So that needs to be sanded up as well. I'm going to use the angle grinder to sand this. I know it's going to be dusty again, but it's just quicker. This means I may get more done. And get rid of the noise quicker, which is obviously a good idea. Those ones go in a drawer there. I didn't decide on how I'm going to join the corners of the actual frame itself, or the carcass itself. I'm actually going to be making another project soon as well, which is, you see this cabinet behind me, right? I'm going to be making, very soon, another one overhead, another tool cabinet to go above there. So I'll get rid of my old shutter on the wall there, a sort of semi-sign thing, and then we'll have a tool cabinet in there, because I plan to be making a load of wooden tools and I want somewhere to put them. Probably not tools that I've already got, because that'd be a bit silly, you know. That's just for the purpose of showing you, which I suppose I could do that. It's not a bad idea. Right, get dust mask on. Oh dear. I hate dust masks, especially when they don't work properly. I've tried all sorts, you know, neoprene ones, all sorts of stuff. None of them seal on a bearded face. No. I've got a blink nose in there. There you go. Right, that's it. Right. Right. Oh, there it is. I can see it, but it's there. Alright, so plug that back in again because I unplugged it. Unplug the router. I think I'm probably finished with the router. I've got to decide what hinges I'm going to use. I might just use typical French hinges. I've got them. So that's the back. That's going to have to be going up against the walls. You're not going to see it. This is going to be the inside. So I'm going to make sure it's clean and smooth and tidy, a bit like, you know, so it ends up like this one. Let's get the filter back on. So it ends up sort of like that. Okay, so it's sort of like lime wash sort of finish. It ain't lime wash, it's literally just acrylic paint that I've sanded back, just like you sanded. A little bit on the back, just so I don't get splinters. I don't want splinters, no. Wally's decided I ain't got a face mask, he's decided to wander off now. He don't like the dust. Sorry, Wally. He's getting old. Now there is you see the dust in the air, I'll clean the camera in a minute. Festal do a sander called a Rotex, and it's like an angle grinder, but it's got like dust extraction. It's not as fast as an angle grinder. It's designed for, you know, for sanding, but it is quick. It's a really quick machine to use, but they cost like 600 quid. I can't warrant that, you know. I might be, if I had loads of work coming in, it'd be different. But since a certain political event, things changed. Although I've just got a job coming in, so it's quite good. Right, we're at that stage now where we can plane the edges up. Over there for a minute. The only thing is, that way, not doing it outside, everything gets covered in dust. So what I end up doing is I use a leaf blower. You blow it, as long as it's got some light kicking about, I then use a leaf blower and so steaming up, and then I can blow all the dust off everything, which is a pain. But hey up, that's what you have when you haven't got, you know, not everyone can afford all the machines. And over the years, I've collected a lot of tools over the years, and I wasn't really doing this kind of work. So So what we need to do is plane all these to width, check the width of each one, because they've all got to be the same, haven't they? So hopefully, air clear. That fan over there really works. Can't even notice the air's cleared already. There's a bit of dust, still a little bit of dust flying about. I'll wait a bit. I don't really want to breathe that in. you don't know, that's the thing about pallets, you don't know what's in it, do you? They should only be like steam, you know, they use like hot steam, I believe, to actually sterilise the pallets, make sure there's no bugs and stuff like that in them. Because obviously they go across borders, don't they? Imports, not a... That's enough. And that one, good there. Now, I know a lot of people say, why are you worrying about putting the plane that way up? Do you know what? I disagree with people who say you shouldn't put the plane on that side or on something soft. I use rubber mats normally. But if you've got something rubbing against a piece of wood, even that's designed to cut wood, and like for instance, if I leave it on there, on the wood, you can see there's little spaces. So if I do leave the cutter out, which I shouldn't do, they create a little space behind the cutter and then ventilate behind so they don't rust. And the thing is, you see, that everything's moving all the while. Vibration and what have you through sound and God knows what else. And it will wear the cutter. You might be sharp when you put it on there. Yeah, take it off now. It might be sharp when you put it on there, but when you take it off, get to use it next, it'll be a bit dull. The same on these tops and what have you know? And you can put it on a nail or something bang up against it or something, and you take the edge off. So I'd rather say, okay, and just put it on its side or on its rubber mats, or back in the rack. Back in the rack, like cat in a hat. Right, width. Glasses on. 154. See, these ones are slightly narrower. That's annoying. 15. And that's 154. What's the other long one? .155. Now I am actually going to go by, excuse me, I got wind. I'll go by these two and leave these ones a few millimetres narrower. I'm still going to run the plane over them because they're going to be going to the vertical corners. And not supposed to really matters there because where it goes into, I'm going to be tiling the back of the unit anyway inside. I'm just going to tile it inside the unit. So it doesn't matter because it will cover the gap. That's only going to be 3mm. So these two will be slightly narrow, not because I want them to be, but because, you know, obviously if you're selling something to somebody, all right, as a project, and you don't know what their situation is, so you've got to make sure everything's exact, don't you? But I don't want to make this any narrower because the reason for that is because there's something I want to put in here that is literally going to fill the space anyway, and that is our pressure washer for your teeth, water jet thing or something, what's it called again? It's like a little pressure thing to clean your teeth with. We use it a lot. They're brilliant things. You don't realise until you got one, all the food that gets stuck in your teeth. It's there for like all day. Oh, tell you what I should have done, done the little block planer on take the harnesses off. I could use a router with a round over, but I don't want that. I don't want round finish. Doesn't look right on this. I'm going for chamfers. Okay, that one. I'll do the chamfers in a minute. That one's done, that was done. Oh, more luck than judgment. Same width. Slightly wider than that one, but I'm not going to worry. Go in both directions, doesn't matter. Now these two boards are actually going to have another board stuck to them. I'll just get a little bit off that. should worry about that one. Put that onto the back. The front, the back. That's going to be the back, the front. Well, I should have took the houses off when they're in the vice still really, but there you go. I don't care. Actually, this one don't want. No, I don't want to take the houses off. These two short ones because they've got the hung. What's going to be the basically the style to hang the door off. There's those two. These two though need the arras taken off the face, which is going to. That's the bottom one. I might take another pass off that, and that'll be the front edge. Yeah, that's a nasty knot. Do, 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 do. That's the other side. Once I've got these prepped, what I'll do is I'll stick some paint on them and then leave them in the sun to dry. And hopefully they'll be dry quick enough so we can actually give them a bit of a sand them back a bit. So this sanding pad is actually one of those discs we use in the angle grind. I made this years ago, let me show you. Those, when you buy one of them angle grinder disc things, they'll also go in the drill. They come with an arbor, so you put them in the drill. So what I've done is I've made this handle, wooden ergonomic handle, fits the palm hand lovely, you know. Counterboard it, place the actual little spigot, little arbor in there, and I fixed the arbor by putting a drilling through. I don't know if you see that there. It's basically a nail, and it's drilled right through. It's how I dived it all in. So you know. And then you can use the same discs you're using in your 4.5 inch orbital sanders, or in my case, the angle grinder as well. So this works, you know. Easy, easy, a lemon squeezy. And they've got nice foam backing, so you know it works a treat. It really does. Right. Don't want to use power tools on the edges if you can help it. Right, so that's going to be the bottom. What's going to be... yeah, that'll be the bottom. Top of the bottom. This one's going to be the top of the top. That I will sand that down, actually, when I do my sanding again. I forgot about that one. I don't have to worry about the back edge of that. They don't need the arras off. That one does. I need to sand back that as well, really. But I'll do that later. Actually, I need to do it now, really, don't I? Oh dear. Oh, the algorithm hasn't been very favourable, has it? 27 people. Had 60 odd yesterday. There we go. Do 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 do. And then I better sand that top face. You won't see that, but it's going to be the top of the unit. But it'll be a nightmare to clean, won't it? So, oh crikey, I should have done it a minute ago. Yeah, you get all dust on there and you try and clean it. So your cloth is going to stick to all the lumpy grain of the old pallet wood. Oh, there we go. Okay, going to space. I do. Clean the workshop before Caroline gets home. She's my workshop fairy. Yeah, that will be cleaned. I'll have to. I don't actually like working in a dirty space. I hate it, or disorganised. That's why I've got to usually have a place for all my tools. I think I've got a bit of ADHD or something, you know. What is it, or compulsive disorder, whatever they call it. I don't know. The thing is, because I'm doing so much stuff all at the same time, I do get the mess. I've got to start a shutter job that I just got come in, which is very handy. Wish I didn't need to, but I do. The money is very useful, you know. To still them out. Pointy thing in it. Right, so I'm going to have to obviously cut these all to length and what have you. I don't want to do that yet until I painted them. So I could paint them in here and just pass. I think I'll paint them in here. I can grab the paint. Has that air cleared yet? Nearly. Yeah, that's right. What I do is to see if the air's clear, I look at the light over there, and you can see all the sparkles. If the air's still really dusty, you can see it. There's still be a little bit in the air, I'm sure. Right. Can't smell it though. It's a good sign. This is just cheap ass white acrylic paint. Put my hat on. Don't like to have that. I'm addicted to hats. You believe how many hats I've got? That's crazy. I've got a thing about hats I have. Sorry. Right. So I'm just going to whack the paint on there. I'm not going to be too fussy about it. A bit like emulsion really, isn't it? It's just white acrylic. Cheapest stuff you can get. As long as it sticks. I could use a bigger brush tray, couldn't I? As if this is the one that's already got paint on it. And I can't do both sides at the same time, can I? It's going to be a bit of a silly thing to try and do. Really. It'd be better off doing one side and it dry while I'm doing another board. Hopefully, if I put it in the sun, that will dry. Bristle. I made a mistake. I did that board yesterday, that board that's already done, and I left the brush on top of the tin of paint, and I forgot about it. So this brush was rock hard. So what I used was hydrochloric acid. So I stuck it in there for a few minutes, and then managed to clean the brush out again. Handy stuff, hydrochloric acid. You can get rid of the misses. That you can. It's a bit gloopy, but it works. And you can also clean your brushes. You make stupid mistakes and leave you. Yeah. The thing is, you see, I'll just get another paintbrush. But where I am in France, I haven't seen any natural hair brushes here. All nylon things, and I hate nylon brushes. They're rubbish. They all go with like bendy bristles. I don't like bendy bristles. Try and fill the grain the best that you can. So there'll be areas that they'll take longer to dry than others, obviously, because you're trying to fill all the holes up. And in the day, they're pallets, so they're going to be full of them holes like where the nails were. Now, before you pull your pallet apart, you ought to think about what am I going to be making. Yeah, is there any point in worrying about all the nails, for instance? If you're making bird boxes, just cut the bits of wood between the actual where the nails are and get rid of all the nail holes that way. Unless you want the nail holes, I don't know why you would, but takes all sorts. And then you haven't got to worry about taking nails out. And and I was basically just take a skill saw, that little 6-inch battery chainsaw I got, and just rip the pallet apart like that, and you just end up with those short boards. But it doesn't matter if you're going to be only making small projects. Well, we'll stick this one outside. Now, the reason why I'm painting all the parts before putting it together, one thing it's sensible, another thing is it's going to be very hard to sand it and get the relief on it to get that kind of brushed, lime washed finish if you've got it all glued up, because you want me to get into the corners properly. So I'm just going to put this outside, cut through long strokes first. We all like a good long stroke, don't we? Oh, saucy. Right. I'm just going to whack this outside in the sun. Back in a second. I'll still talk to you then, Oh, and it's all sunny. The sun keeps going in. Oh, that's not really helpful. All right, let's put this over here. You can't see. I'm put it on top of my cart. My garden cart. We're doing a rewilding here as well. We're planting loads of trees. I do like planting trees. Right. Next one. I need to do one face at a time, like I said. That one's the top board, isn't it? Yeah, it is, yeah. Actually, it's the top one that's going to be the bottom one. This is the bottom one. La da 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 da. Oh. Do 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 do. Do do do. Right. There we go. Do you know what what I find about woodworking is I find it's not just the fact you can make stuff, and like I said, making something out of nothing really, just old pallet wood, isn't it? It's just shitty old pallet wood. But that'll outlive this flipping IKEA shit, The amount of stuff I've had where people ask me just to repair IKEA furniture. I had one little set of nest of tables. No, that was another job. Not nest tables. What was it again? Oh crikey! It was a little table, like a little coffee table. That's what it was. And the legs were hollow. Because all that trouble to make hollow legs. And then they were the MDF, and with like a maple veneer. So it's proper wood veneer. But now the lengths they go to is just try and make a hollow bit of wood. Some of it's down to shipping this stuff, because it's obviously cheaper to ship light stuff than heavy stuff. But don't last, Like these kitchen units, you've got all these fancy kitchen units. Actually, a friend of ours built a kitchen for them, for themselves, install their kitchen, and they've got all these. Turn it off now. They got all these fancy units with all the backsplashes like stainless steel backed onto board and stuff like that. And all delaminating. No time at all. For crikey. It's not cheap either. There's something to be said for raw materials, Like my kitchen, it's quite a cool kitchen as well. It's quite trendy. But it's everything is traditional in the sense of its construction, in the sense it's pine carcassing and stuff like that, If we got a flood, we won't lose it all. If water gets down the back of the worktops, it ain't going to destroy them. So it's handy if you can learn a few skills, you can do a lot of the stuff for yourself. It doesn't have to cost a fortune, because obviously hand-made stuff is expensive, but if you can, learn a few skills with basic equipment, it's amazing what you can make. And quite, and for less money. Chipboard, MDF, all that sort of stuff, terrible. Carcassonry should be made out of blockboard or not, or like 12 ply or something like that, 3/4 ply. Birch ply would be even better. you know. And you can say, well, that stuff's expensive, but it is. It's only expensive because not enough people buy enough of it. And some of that chipboard stuff, that ain't cheap anymore. Let's put it outside. Oh, the bright light. Bright light, bright light. Oh, crikey, it is bright, oh. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Dum-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum. The thing about these mod materials, they're not very forgiving. So if you're not used to the material, you can quite easily cock it up, and then you've just got to start again. You know, with another piece of wood or fake wood. And that's something I don't understand is when people buy like plastic windows and they get like I'm sorry if you have, but you know, and they get the wood grain finishes, like the metal foil wood grain finishes. And I thought, well, if you want wood, get wood. You know, you want to look like wood. Because it never really looks like wood, it just looks like fake wood. And that to me is just it's a bit of a lie, you know. Or just have, you know, a colour. You know, I quite like the industrial look though, I must say. Like I quite like the greys and stuff like that. You know, like battleship grey windows and stuff. More industrial, you know. Commercial look. So they look strong, especially the anodised aluminium ones. That's the thing about anodising. You can get anodising in, you know, about the process of you putting the finish on and protection on aluminium, for instance, or aluminum, if you're in the United States. And yeah, it's you know, you get all sorts of colours and they're vibrant and they last. They don't fade like plastics do. You know, I've worked with plastic stuff. I've fitted loads of stuff, UPVC. And then they called it UPVCU. just change the acronym in the other direction. People think it's new then, you see. It's just a process they put the PVC through so it doesn't deteriorate in the sun, but it still does. It's not as fast. I'll tell you one of the things that I found when I was doing an old building game, what have you, and then any remedials for windows and stuff like that. We used to, you know, we do anything basically. And it was the hinges used to go. That's what, well, you know, the cantilever hinges. They're the things that used to deteriorate. And the problem is, you see, when you buy new hinges, it's quite hard to find exactly the same hinges, so all the screw positions are in the same places. And quite often, they actually, even if they are in the same places, the actual holes are knackered where the screws are going in, because you know they're only screwed into plastic. It's only the fact that there's the moulding in the actual extrusion that accepts the width of the hinge is why they stay put. They're a nightmare. And then they start looking a bit crazed and a bit sort of like, they look old, you know. The thing about when you make something out of oak, like oak windows, I think they look better when they get old, you know, when they start silvering up and stuff, you know, they look really cool. Right, I don't need to, these need to be done on one face, don't they? Sort of just brush it off there. I don't want the lumps on there. I'll glue that piece of wood on that, you see, later. Right, that's the inside of that one. That's the inside of that one. Let's just make sure there's no lumps on there. Okay, and that'll be the. I need to sand up the. Both outside at the same time. Sand up the door. Just remember, I've got to sort some more wood out for the other door, but I don't want to make that until I've actually got this door into situ. And I was going to fill that, wasn't I? Oh, I forgot. Better do that now. Move that out of the way. So I'll find a bit of dust, and a bit of super glue. If you want rapid, you know, filler to plug holes and stuff, super glue, an activator, and a bit of sawdust works really well. It's really quick. P38, I use that sometimes in woodworking, you know, stuff for car body filler. If it doesn't matter, you know, if it doesn't matter to be painted, it doesn't matter. Right, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to put that there like so. Ah, get in that voice, you. I'm going to put a little bit of, oh, have I got any plastic? Do. Is there a little bit of, oh, hang on, that'll do. From the double-sided carpet tape up at the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp that into there like so, with a board, right? And that'll back the actual super glue, support it, but it won't stick to it. Right, I need a bit of wood. Will that bit do? Will that bit do? Well, that'll do. Found a bit. Ideal. So we'll just get a couple of spring clamps. Got a couple of spring clamps. All we're going to do is clamp this to trap this piece of backing paper, which was on tape, on there like so. So, just like that. Just like that. Sort of like that. We'll get there. It's all slippery. Right. Is that alright? Is that enough? That'll do. That'll do. I'll put that on there. And that one down there. I'll do it. Grab that super glue and some sawdust. I've got some in here. You don't need to start collecting sawdust again. Oh, that's a bit low. There's more sawdust thingy. We've got some walnut sawdust. And yeah, that's pine sawdust there. Is it pine or was it cherry? That's pine. When I'm sanding, right, when using the air sander, the dust just sits. It don't blow about all over the place with the air sander. And I just use it like a dust buster, one of them little handheld hoovers, obviously an empty one. And I suck it all up and I collect the sawdust that way. You know, I don't try and brush it because you get fibres out your brush and other crap. But it works really well. So, yeah, it's my powder. You can use cocaine if you want. Never tried it. But don't knock it until you do. Do you know, that's something I can honestly say I have never done with drugs. Well, I suppose alcohol's a drug. I've definitely done that. Right, I just want to mix. Right, what I'm going to do is put a bit of the sawdust in first. Oh, I can smell. You see the tub that I use? Yeah, this is actually, these are bath salts from this is bath salt tubs, right? Can you smell that? It smells lovely. Scratch and sniff. Sort of vanilla smell. I'll put a bit of that in there like that, along the edge, supported by that. Then and that'll soak into the sawdust, as crazy as it sounds. Work in if you like. Shouldn't need to though. Until it's soaking in because it's gone dark. Like that. Get a little extra help if you like. Yeah, it's definitely soaked in. It's all the way down there. And if you want to give it a little bit more sawdust, it's not all just glue on the top surface. You want to be able to sand it, don't you? that soak in there. I'll blow off the excess in a minute. I watched the film Dune last night. And I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. It was a good film, apart from the ending was just like sudden. It was just like, oh, one of them endings, is it? Obviously, there's going to be another. It's going to be another film. I want the film to end properly. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to move on. Right, bit of that in there. A bit of activator. Probably too much activator, but that'll do. Plug that up again. Already going off. Oh, it is off. Has it gone off all the way down? I don't know, probably not. Not yet. Probably better to remove those now. You see? So basically I supported the back edge there, alright? And then filled the leading edge just a second. And the reason that because I want to do it quickly. And now I should better remove this paper. A bit of luck. Can I do it yet or not? Yeah, it hasn't stuck to the paper. See, the back edge is okay. So let it dry a bit quicker. It's not fully gone off on the back edge yet. So what I'll do is because the activator can't go all the way down that depth, you see. So a bit more on the back side there. Bit more activator on its behind. Then I can sand it. Then we can clean this all up. I was thinking about doing a chamfer around the door. But I don't know if there's really enough sort of stopped chamfer. That's what I was going to do. I don't know if there's enough material to do that though. Enough depth thickness there to make it look right. Decisions. I don't think it looked right. I think I'll leave it. I'm just going to sand it. Yeah, I'm just going to sand it. There's not enough material there really. Not enough depth there. How's that doing now? Yep, that's good. So I'll try and trim the worst stuff off first with a knife maybe. La 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 la. I don't want to try and sand it that long because you're more likely to rip it away from the back edge. Right, put that back in there. If I went a little bit easier with the router, maybe that wouldn't have happened, but you know, it did. Sanding all the way along, so what I don't want to do is have a dip in the middle. That'll do it. So I'm just going to go do all the arises with sandpaper, I think, around these corners like that. Then we'll have to clean up the outside edges. fluffy there with the grain. That's the thing, the grain going all different directions, and even with a hand plane, you know, you could use a scraper, hard scraper, and find that you wouldn't need to do as much making good. But again, it's pallet wood. It's not meant to be perfect. I want it to look intentional. But I don't want it to look just like a bad job. I want it to be intentional. You could just slap those bits of wood together and it just looks like you don't care. Right, need a bit more sanding on there. I'll do that in a minute. Maybe more filling even. Okay. Let's clean up these outside edges. So the dominoes, they're quite strong to hold it all together. Certainly do their job. But you could do it with just ordinary round dowels or something like this. The only thing is, you need to make your round dowels. Don't really want to use the Wolf ones, the shop bought ones. The reason why I say that is they're too short. They're only like 40 mil long, which means you only have like 20 mil into each piece of wood. And you've got to think that you've got the leverage here. You've got that sort of motion going on. And potentially it's not going to last very long. That's another reason why you shouldn't use biscuit joints for that. Whereas the dominoes are quite a bit longer. But you can cut your own dowels, you know. Quite easy to do, a dowel plate. Basically a bit of metal with a hole drilled in it. The size dowel you want. And then you can then drive a piece of wood through it. And then you can choose, a strong hardwood. Because beech is okay, but beech is actually quite a brittle wood. It's quite short grained, and also it rots quickly as well. It go black in no time and literally just rot on you. Same with the festival dominoes as well. Once you get the Sippo ones, that's why I make my own. If I make oak doors, I use oak dominoes for everything. Because you make lots of oak, you get a lot of oak offcuts and you just make up all your own little joiners. Alright, bring it like that, so. It's like shaker style. Shaker style pallet wood project. I'm quite pleased, it's going to look quite good, I think. Needs like a motif with an anchor on it or something. Just got to decide on what hinges I'm going to be using. I don't know if there's enough room for the French hinges. In some ways I quite like the idea of doing surface hinges. I wonder if I've got some really old ones that I could use. I might have in my box of bits. I don't chuck anything. If I take anything apart, I tend to keep all the bits and pieces, the old hinges and stuff like that kicking about. I tend to keep them all. It's it just works. Quite nice to just dip in there occasionally and see what you can find. And I could make some hinges. Done that loads of times. Got a cabinet in my kitchen that's got wooden hinges. That works. Could do that. We'll see. You see, the thing is that it's only 18 mil thick, and if I use the French hinges, they're going to stick out too far, and there won't be a lot of meat there. I'm not sure I want to do that. So just taking the arises off. I don't want it clinical, I just want it tactile. Right, so once I've got all these bits made, maybe we can get it all together in one hit on the next string. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see how we get on. Right. That's good. An old dust, give that a coat of paint. Yogurt pots. Not any old yogurt pots, Greek yogurt. Look at what they're sitting on, because it's not flat there. Well, that's right, it's not that. Well, looks like my bench might need oh, it's a different pot. That was a cheese pot. That's better. That makes sense. Right, we'll start on all the inside edges first. Remember, all this paint is going to be sanded back. Right, like so. I'll try and come up with some video ideas for some comical videos as well, woodworking ones. And then, you know, just for a laugh. I've got a few ideas. I like prattling about me, you know. I do like having a bit of a laugh. Oh, crikey, about the people say, you look like Jack Black. Has anyone told you that before? Yeah, maybe. Once or twice. I don't know if it's a compliment or not, although I do like Jack Black. Tenacious D. There you go. Ooh, what's that? Oh, it's a splinter. Look at that. There you go, it's gone. So there's a mirror going in this door frame, or door. So it does fit. We've already checked it if you didn't know at the beginning of the stream. We put a rebate round to accept the mirror. Because all this paint is going to be sanded back to expose the wood. You haven't, reasonably even. You've got to go mad over it. It's not like when you're doing varnish work. You've got to be really, particular. Go over here first. If I paint that one first on that end, what might happen? I'm leaning over and I'll get like a white stripe across my belly. That's what will happen. Do 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 do. Do. Oh, well, I'm sure we can all do that. Turn large pieces of wood into sawdust. I'm quite good at that as well. I do try and have something at the end of it though. When we buy my wood in, if I haven't milled it myself, it's all raw. Everything's raw, so it's just weighing edged. So just the bark edge really. With the some of the bark still on it until finally it drops off because it dries out. And I then use a rail saw, which I made using a large Makita skill saw on this rail, and it's pretty quick as well, works really well. I'll have to show you one. I haven't used it for a while actually, because I haven't bought any timber in for a while. You know, raw timber. But I've still got some here I can show you with. And it just creates a lovely straight edge on the weighing edge of the sawn timber. Works really well. Really well. It's quite nice when you can go and, you know, the French have got a thing that they do. What they do is, if they have like a tree on the land and they chop it down, they get it milled up and they keep it. In the barn, they stick it all up and they keep it in the barn. The idea is it'll be worth money later. So instead of it being worth like 50 quid or something stupid, or 50 euros, the log ends up being worth like 1,000 because it might be over a cubic metre of wood. So they just stick it in there and just leave it until it's ready. So it's had 5 years, whatever, and then they'll sell it on, or they'll use the wood themselves. And it's quite a common thing to do. It's quite often here, people plant up little plantations, what have you, and the view is that when their daughter gets married, they'll pay for the wedding. It's quite nice. That one, which I've actually ironed to get rid of that little dent earlier, is actually higher now than it was before. So is that one. So I might need to do a couple of coats on the doors. I'll probably do a couple of coats anyway, actually, in the sandbag. Get a better finish. That's getting good. Yeah, we'll need 2 coats. I've been hoping at one point I'll be able to rig up an actual camera system here for the. I've talked to Mad Monk about this before, but I don't know if it's worth it. You know, and just to take that around with me. So I'm only doing this live stream on the phone at the moment, but I was thinking of getting an AI camera which just follows you about. But it's a lot of money. I hear you, bear. I've got my Sebastian Dos come say hello. Is it because you want a treat? Oh, hang on, there's a run. I found a run. Another one. We can hear you. Oh, and Wally. Oh, crikey, they both come say hello. Oh, dear. What do you want, guys? Where's Wally gone? Oh, he's behind me. He's behind you! Sebastian, you lunatic. Good boy. Wally? Oh, you didn't see that, did you? Let's see him get him to do it again. Wally, pirouette. Pirouette. No, that ain't right. Go on. Ready? On. Pirouette. Oh! You did the pirouette a minute ago, didn't you? I should really make you do that. You're getting old, didn't you? What? This one is, I think he's losing his mind. He's got Dalmatian in him, and as he's getting older, because he's 12 now. 12 or 13? Oh, crikey, I'm losing track. He's getting crazier. Really, he's just mad. Take him for a walk, and he's jumping and running around all over the place. So, and he's got a bad heart. And little Wally here, he's definitely slowing down. Aren't you, my friend? Eh? You're definitely slowing down. Sebastian's speeding up. Oh, you saw that, did you, Sebastian? I was going to give Wally another one now. You've seen it, Wally. Yay, a good boy. Sebastian. Paul, high five. Boy. No more, that's enough. You get fat like Daddy. You will. Right. We're going back over here now. Back over here we go. Right. I think we're getting there. Do you know, I was having a hard about this. I'm actually quite pleased how it's starting to look. I quite like textures, you know. I'm not keen on cellulite, but I do like textures. So I brush these ones out here, right? Run straight over the ends, okay? But then finish your strokes up on the long stiles. You go right along, right? And you cut off your brush strokes from the top bottom rails. The same applies if you do exactly the same if you were doing panel doors. Definitely going to need some more paint on these ends, especially on this end grain here. I think you've got to see it, mind. Remember, it's all could be sanded off anyway. Not right off, but you know, just to expose. Just to expose a little bit of grain. I think that'll do for now, until the next coat. Obviously the other side is yellow as well. I can't do that, not yet, not until that's dried. So I'll put that over here. Right. Yeah, smash it, Molly. And what we see through the square window. Crikey. Was it Jack and Ori or something? Was it Jack and Ori? I think it was, wasn't it? Through the round window. What's the one where you're looking for the tennis racket? What's that all about? I don't know, something like that. I can't remember that. Years ago. Remember Magic Roundabout? That's kind of a bit, how to put it, a bit dodgy now, isn't it? Right, bungle. Is it bungle? Zippy. Sorry, let's bring you up here. Okay, let's turn that off. That one off there now. Right, so I'm gonna leave that on the bench here because I try and move that. I'm gonna end up touching it. So let's come back over here. I installed I've got this aerial there, that's my Wi-Fi aerial. So I can now actually get most of the field now. So I might do a live stream one day that we're doing the trees. So we're now going to be starting our other field. This is the one over there, we're going to start that this year. And we've been planting on this field. We've got down into the valley and we've done about 550 odd trees so far, we planted. But we need to come round across the valley this way now, at the bottom there, and over there. Sorry, can't see, but you probably see the trees and stuff in the corner there. I'll take you a bit closer. Can't see them in the valley because it goes down like that. So so you see the trees over there. There's a whole variety of different trees we've been putting in. We've done a lot of willow though, because we like them, and also they're great for the bees. The bees absolutely love them. They're doing these arbours, see their well. We put an arbour around the well there, and we'll put another arbour over down that way very, very soon, which is have a bench in it, which I might make a little bench live, I don't know. And that is going to be in remembrance of Gaza. Somebody very kindly donated about 20 odd, well, yeah, 20 odd trees. I'll probably about 40, I think, to the arbour. You use a lot of trees with the arbour. There's 60 odd trees in that one over there. So, yeah, because obviously they're all very close together. We'll train them all up, you see, and and train them into like openings, like window openings and stuff. So when people come and what have you, have a look, what they can, yeah, something to sit. So it's quite nice. I think it's quite nice. Yes. Anyway, do you know what? I think it's time for me to go, because we've done as much as I can at the moment. I've got to wait for everything to dry. I was hoping it was going to dry so we can start sanding it back, but it's a bit cool at the minute. Even though the sun is sort of out. Nah, it's not dry enough. I can see it's wet. Yeah, it's still wet. It's dry-ish. It's tacky. It needs a couple of hours, I reckon, before I can sand that back. So anyway, I'm going to say toodaloo and thanks for joining us. And that it's much appreciated. So hello, Plodbot. I am originally from Norfolk. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Actually, originally I was from my mother's womb. That I was. Before that, I was my daddy's sperm. And then something happened. I won't get into details there. You know how it goes. So yeah, I'm not from Norfolk, Eastern Norwich, and we spent most of our life in Salhouse near Wroxham. Nice little village. So yeah, we're doing a rewilding project, but you know what we're doing is got a GoFundMe link down below. I think it's down below. I might have to put it in. I don't know. but it'll be in definitely one of the other videos. And people can buy a tree basically and have a sign with the tree. So Mad Monk's got one, haven't you, Mad Monk? So yeah, he's got one with lots of words on. But I'm going to make him a new sign soon because we've got our lasers now. So yeah, we've got our little room over here. Let me show you. Into my messy space. Yes, it's very untidy in here. And then we've got our little what we call the lab, which is just another big messy space. And it's got my lasers in here. So this is the 40-watt laser. It's that one, by long hair. I didn't buy these; they're sent to me to demonstrate. And then this one has a 20-watt laser, and then this one over here is a little 10-watt laser by Alga Laser. It's actually quite good actually because you can cut that about. But just got another one come through the door, which I'm now making some videos on. And this one by Sculpt Fun, and this is a 10-watt laser again. But it's like a compact unit. It's also got a filtration system on it, so you can actually have it in the house if you want. Because obviously with these things, because they've got lasers, they're effectively burning, put smoke everywhere. So they make it a bit smoky. So yeah, this is my little lab area where I can pull things apart, and this is going to be on my other channel. At the moment it's called New Tech, but I only come up with a better name before I start uploading loads of videos on there. So yeah. Do you like my coat hook that I made? See, I like making things out of nothing. It's just 4 little bits of split oak, and then this little bit of split chestnut. It works. Put my hats on, you see. That's why I put my hats on. So, anyway, it's time for me to go. So I'm going to say toodaloo, you know, and thanks a lot, Mad Monk, for moderating again. You're a gem, you are. Really appreciate it, my friend. Toodaloo. Where's my button? Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm no good at pressing buttons, I'm not. No, that's the missus. She knows. Blindly. She's always complaining.